I am thriving in this pandemic. And it was such a powerful affirmation. She had no clue that I was manifesting at the time, but she literally texted me, Dina, you're the only person thriving in this pandemic. And it just blew my mind. Welcome back. I'm Dina Haynes, author of the original reality book series, teaching you to create the life of your dreams through manifestation and scripting. Today, we're going to be talking about an issue that I think has really plagued a lot of people during this pandemic, which is mental illness. And some of you I know are really suffering out there, especially right now. And there are even people suffering who, because of the confining restrictions and the constant feeling of danger with COVID, people are now experiencing depression and anxiety for the first time in their lives. So I thought I would do an episode on how you can manifest with these issues. When the pandemic first hit, I think we all panicked. I think that first week was just chaos. Through manifestation, I was able to flip it around pretty quickly. And one of the first things that I said to myself was, I am thriving. I am thriving in this pandemic. And it was such a powerful affirmation that literally 2 weeks after I started saying this to myself, I had one of my friends text me. She didn't know I was affirming this. She had no clue that I was manifesting at the time, but she literally texted me, Dina, you're the only person thriving in this pandemic. And it just blew my mind because I had just started manifesting it. So it works. And for those of you who have mental illness, where you're under a doctor's care, I think manifesting is a good practice that you can use in conjunction with the therapy that you're doing, the medications that you're on, which I don't want you guys to think that manifestation is a way to substitute for professional help if you need it, and professional evaluation. I can't stress that enough, how important I think that is. We've all heard Lady Gaga talk about it, and I agree with her. I think if you are feeling that it is really out of your control, you should seek professional help. And if you need to go on prescribed medications for that, definitely do it. Go for it, but seek a professional. But what I'm going to talk about is manifestation, which I think can be a great practice to go along with the things that you're working on with your therapist. Or for people who don't have a therapist, it can really help in terms of you getting control over, these spiraling emotions. And manifesting is all about your focus. But what we're seeing in our 3D current reality is stuff that we've already manifested. Because whatever comes into your focus is what will eventually wind up in your space of 3D reality. We've always been manifesting. All you have to do is look to your surroundings, your current situations, to see where your thoughts have been focused. So in order to get them under control, which is why you're here, you want to switch that focus. And the first thing I like to say with your focus is to stop telling the old story. So the reason why, some people might feel stuck in a loop of maybe bad situations or just situations that aren't desirable, the reason is because you keep telling the same story of your current reality, which theoretically is already past. Your current reality is a reflection of manifestations past. So as long as you keep repeating your story, you keep perpetuating that reality. So in order to shift things, you just have to stop. You have to become a witness to your thoughts, because we're constantly saying stuff that we're not aware of, right? We speak without thinking, It's so ingrained in us that we don't even know we're saying these negative things that are perpetuating bad thoughts. So, number one, you got to become a witness to yourself. Really start to pay attention to what you say when you talk to people. Are you telling your friends all the time, oh, I'm so depressed, or I'm so sick of hearing about this COVID, or I'm so sick of the politics going on? A lot of the stuff we're hearing is coming from the news, from politicians, from friends and family. Just stop. So how you do that is when you're talking to people, really listen to yourself. Honestly, this is just for life. This is all about your mental diet. And honestly, in life, we should always be conscious of how we speak, how much negativity is in our speech. I don't care how crazy it looks. When I really started to make a change in my life, I started to just stop myself mid-sentence. I'll be talking to someone, usually my mom or someone, and I would stop myself mid-sentence and either change the subject or just like, it's like button your own mouth, zip it. And you, at that moment, you have the opportunity to either just not say anything at all, or you can switch the topic, but switch it to something more positive or something that you want to talk about. You can even say, hey, I don't want to talk about that right now. Let's talk about this. What's going on in your life? Turn it to the other person. People love to be asked questions about themselves. So say, how did that conversation with your friend go? Or what did you buy at the store? I mean, it could be something just as mundane as, with my mom, I'm always asking her, so what are you going to cook for dinner? That's just a great segue to say, what are you going to cook for dinner? We love to talk about food and cooking, and that's what we talk about. Or I'll even ask her, how's the dog? Something that I know is going to feel good to talk about. Even when you're just alone, you have these thoughts running like a ticker tape through your mind, worries of the day, like you're worried about your school, you're worried about tests and studying, you're worried about, do people like me? Shift your focus to the things that you desire. And the best way to do that is to daydream. So if you've been doing like your visualization events to manifest, just daydream about them. And it doesn't necessarily have to be your manifestation on a constant loop, because at some point with your manifestation visualization, you want to drop it. And then from there, what you can do is just daydream from the point of view of the person you are in, who already has the manifestation. Say if you wanted to be a model, right? Maybe you want to be a plus size model. Have daydreams about being out in the street and a photographer taking pictures of you, trying on clothes, seeing yourself in the mirror with these fabulous clothes. You could daydream about seeing your picture in a magazine, but always from first person point of view. If you're on the street somewhere taking pictures, you're seeing it from the point of view of yourself. So you're literally looking at the photographer. Maybe you're looking out at the street and you can feel yourself posing, and you can hear the photographer saying encouraging things to you like, that looks great, look this way, do this, things like that. See yourself in the makeup chair, sitting in the makeup chair. See the makeup artist putting the makeup on. You can feel the brush of the makeup brush as they're putting the eyeshadow on your eyes. You want to take pieces of that life that you're desiring and just daydream about it as if you already have it. So the other thing is, you're definitely going to want to use affirmations. So this is basically the mental diet, which is probably the most important thing for changing your beliefs, especially if you're dealing with depression or anxiety. And mental diet, you guys, it is just like a food diet. The mental diet really is the path to being able to manifest whatever you want. And the more you change your mental diet toward in the direction of your desires, then the more desires will fall into your lap, because we desire things throughout our whole lives that probably hasn't come to fruition in your life because you haven't aligned with it yet. Alignment is basically just beliefs. You haven't come to the point where you believe that you deserve these things and that you can have them. So that is why mental diet is so important. Now I'm going to tell you some affirmations that you can use for mental illness, for like depression and anxiety. These are things that you can say to yourself to change your beliefs, affirmations to help your mental diet. I am clear and grounded. I have solid connections with people who are supportive and encouraging. I manifest a positive mindset easily and effortlessly. Now, when doing affirmations, I've done another video on this that you can check out. I'll put the link right here. You definitely want to avoid negative speech. And examples of that are, like, some of you out there might be saying something like, I am free of negative thoughts, right? But when you say, I am free of negative thoughts, all it does is make you think of negative thoughts. Your mind goes to whatever you're saying. Instead, what you could say is, I am full of positive thoughts. Because then your mind goes, oh, what kind of positive thoughts could I have? Instead of saying things like, I am not depressed, right? You're thinking, oh, I'm saying I'm not depressed. But really what you're thinking about is depression. Instead of that, you could say, I am mentally healthy. The synapses in my brain are rewired to healthy connections. I am focusing on positive vibes more and more every day. Positive thoughts come to me easily and effortlessly. I am secure and loved. I am a valuable part in people's lives. I have many unique gifts that are essential to the people around me. And one of my favorite affirmations to use, this is fantastic, is I can have whatever I want when I want. Script these manifestations, write these down. And when you script them, express gratitude, even when you tell them to yourself. Express gratitude. Say, I am supported and loved. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because when you say thank you, you immediately feel gratitude. As opposed, you could say, I am grateful for, that's another thing, another way you can phrase it. I am grateful that I am supported and loved. Thank you. But when you say thank you, you feel it. And I like to say thank you 3 times. Now, there's this book that I read, a friend gave me this book, and it's called The Magic Book. I'm going to link it. I'll put the title in here somewhere. It's probably going to flash across the screen. And then I will put a link below. This magic book was magic. One of the biggest turning points for me was expressing gratitude when I say affirmations. And another thing that this book suggested that is phenomenal is every day, and I mean this, guys, every day at the end of your day, before you go to bed, I want you to come up with one thing that just made your day. Basically, one thing every day you do this, that was just the highlight of your day that made you feel so good. And I want you to think of it, and then I want you to express gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Say that out loud. Say it. I want you to hear yourself expressing gratitude. When you start to do this, when you start to express gratitude for your current reality, things will start to change, because gratitude, when you express it genuinely toward the current circumstance, tells the universe, I am done with this lesson. I am done. I get it. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, so that ends this video. I hope it's not too long. It felt like it went kind of long, but I feel like this video is very needed. And I hope that you receive it well. Keep up the positive thoughts. Keep daydreaming about your manifestation and keep watching. Just so you know, every month I am giving away one free 30-minute manifestation coaching session with me. And all you have to do is like, subscribe, and comment down below. Tell me what you're suffering with, or tell me what's been hardest for you during this pandemic. And if you have affirmations that you feel like have worked for you, list them below. You'll be helping others, but you'll also be enrolling to get a free coaching session with me. And keep watching, because I will see you next time.